Stop scrolling. Italy has quickly opened a new legal pathway for descendants of Italians living outside the European Union. This is not a rumor, and it directly affects people in countries with large Italian communities, like the United States, Canada, Australia, and others. Before you get excited, we need to clarify something important. And we'll do immediately. This is not automatic Italian citizenship. And the phrase few years and you get a passport is being dangerously oversimplified online. If you watch this video until the end, you will understand exactly who this new route is for, what you actually get after 2 years, and how this is completely different from citizenship by descent. Well, if you are interested in Italian citizenship or immigration, subscribe to this channel. We analyze Italian law as it really works, not how social media wishes it worked. Quick disclaimer, this video does not constitute legal advice because every case is different. One small detail can change everything. For a personalized analysis, you can contact my law firm, Mangata Avvocati, using the link in the description. So, move forward. What the breaking news actually is. And let's start with the facts, because Italy has adopted a new interministerial decree connected to recent immigration and citizenship reforms. This decree identifies certain non-EU countries as historic destinations of Italian immigration. Well, if you are a citizen of one of these countries and you are a descendant of an Italian citizen, Italy now allows entry for subordinate employment outside the annual quota system. Outside quotas is the key phrase here. Normally, work visas are limited by strict numerical caps. This route bypasses that system. Countries with major Italian diaspora communities include, among others, the United States, Canada, Australia, Brazil, Argentina. This matters especially for the United States because it represents the largest audience of Italian descendants following this development. But why it exists now? Why is Italy doing this now? Because Italy is facing serious demographic and labor shortages. At the same time, the country is trying to rebalance its citizenship system after the 2025 reform. Inside that reform package, a new provision links immigration pathways with potential access to citizenship by naturalization. This is where the famous 2 years come from. But this is also where most misunderstandings begin. So let's see who can use this work route. Let's be precise. This is a work-based entry route. You must obtain a real subordinate employment contract in Italy. This is not a freelance visa. This is not a remote work shortcut. This is not a promise of citizenship. You must also be a descendant of an Italian citizen and a citizen of one of the countries identified as historical immigration destinations. The legal text does not talk about third generation or fourth generation or fifth generation. Those labels come from political statements and media extreme simplifications. As a lawyer, I need to separate political messaging from legal reality. And the safe interpretation, in my personal opinion, is this. If you qualify as a descendant and you can legally enter Italy for subordinate employment under this framework, you may access this route. Anything beyond that requires careful legal analysis. Now let's see the truth about the 2 years. Let's address the most dangerous misconception. Working in Italy for 2 years does not automatically give you Italian citizenship. The 2-year period refers to a reduced residence requirement for citizenship by naturalization. Naturalization is not citizenship by descent. It is citizenship granted by the state after a discretionary evaluation. And here is the crucial limitation. The 2-year rule applies only if your parent or grandparent was an Italian citizen by birth. This is extremely important for the US audience. Many Italian Americans are great-grandchildren or father removed. In those cases, the work entry route may still exist, but the 2-year naturalization shortcut may not. So, when you hear generation does not matter, be very careful. That statement is not legally accurate when applied to fast-track citizenship. This is not jure sanguinis. Let me be absolutely clear. This is not citizenship by descent. Citizenship by descent means you are recognized as Italian from birth. This new route is completely different. It is immigration to Italy, followed by legal residence, followed by a possible application for citizenship by naturalization. Naturalization is discretionary. It involves background checks, integration requirements, and administrative timelines. Well, if your goal is to be recognized as Italian from birth, this route does not replace a jure sanguinis strategy. What this looks like in practice. Now, let's put this into a real-world timeline. Step 1, you confirm eligibility based on citizenship and ancestry. Step 2, you secure a genuine subordinate employment contract in Italy. Step 3, you enter Italy under the work authorization framework. Step 4, you establish lawful residence. Step 5, only if you meet the parent or grandparent requirement, you may apply for naturalization after 2 years instead of 3. This is a possibility, not a guarantee. Not a guarantee. Why this matters for Americans? This matters especially for people in the United States because many Italian Americans are blocked by long consular wait lists, are confused by recent citizenship reforms, or simply want to live and work in Italy regardless of citizenship. For some profiles, this can be an alternative strategic path. Not better, not worse, just different. But only if evaluated correctly. What this does not solve. This does not fix every problem. It does not guarantee a passport. It does not eliminate legal complexity. It does not remove the need for correct documentation. And it does not override constitutional litigation currently pending on other citizenship issues. If someone promises you certainty, they are not telling you the truth. Is this automatic citizenship? No. Does everyone qualify for the 2 years rule? No. Is this a substitute for citizenship by descent? No. Can you make mistakes that cost you years? Yes. So, here is the bottom line. Italy has opened a real, legally grounded immigration route for descendants of Italians living outside the EU, especially in countries like the United States, Canada, Australia, and others with historic Italian immigration. But this route is being oversimplified online. It is a work pathway, not an automatic citizenship shortcut. And the 2-year rule applies only in specific family scenarios. If you want, in the next videos, I will break down who should pursue citizenship by descent, who should consider this work-based strategy, and how to avoid the most common legal traps. Please subscribe the channel. And if you want a personalized legal assessment, contact Mangata Avvocati through the link below. The final reminder, this is not legal advice. As I said, every case is different, and one small detail can change everything.